Hello, everyone. I am Amber Pierce with Coit Cleaning and Restoration, and this is the wonderful Ashley Tullis with Atomic Properties Group. This is Season 4, Episode 16 of your weekly drip. Ashley, how are you doing this week? How are you holding up?
I'm all right. I can't believe we've been co-hosting this show together for 4 months.
That's wild.
If we were in the 6th grade, we would celebrate this anniversary with a cupcake or something.
Okay, well, I'll draw a cupcake. I think I can draw a cupcake.
I'll just do a heart. But to commemorate our 4-month anniversary, I have a very special guest. I like your cupcake. So I'd like to introduce our very special guest, Dripping Springs local, Wyatt Tullis.
Hey, everybody.
Come have it.
Wyatt. How are you doing, bud?
I'm doing good. How are you today, Miss Amber?
Good. Welcome to the show.
All right.
Thank you. It's an honor to be welcomed here.
You are the sweetest.
I try my best.
So do you know what we do here every week?
We basically talk about stuff that's on the trend in Dripping Springs in Texas.
On the trend. Yes, that's right.
So I hear that you are going to tell us about a new place.
I am.
So we're going to start by saying it is Dripping Springs adjacent, but it was so good. It is worth the 30-40 minute drive to get there. Okay, what are you going to tell them about?
All right, I need to get my piece of paper. I wrote this all down.
We have production notes today.
All right, so
Beautiful.
what I'm gonna talk to everybody about is the Bishop's Cidercade here, located in Austin, Texas. It's a 30-40 minute drive, but it's still worth it. The Bishop's Cidercade is an arcade with a $10 admission, and it's also a cider bar at night, hence the cider in the name. There is a wide variety of vintage to new games like Tron, Tekken, and more. The best part is that once admission is paid, all of the games are free and unlimited tries. And so you can play all day if you want. But just notice that kids can only be there until 8 p.m. because it turns into a bar at night. So sorry, kids.
Oh my goodness. That sounds like so much fun. So did you get to go check it out?
Yesterday I did.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, did you have a favorite game?
There was this one baseball game that I really liked called World Series 1999. You can basically pick any 90s team like the Astros, the Marlins, the Mariners, just any single team. And what I really like about it is how complex it is at first, but then it gets like really simple as you go along through it.
Nice. So one fee, you pay to get in, and then it's unlimited games. You can play as many times as you want. And then at 8 o'clock, all the kids get kicked out, and it's adults only.
Basically, but I didn't stay there till 8, so I'm not really refreshed on that. But they gave you this little wristband for the mission, so.
Yeah.
Do you know, are there still games after 8 o'clock so the adults can go play all the games?
I think so.
Yeah, it's $10 admission for kids, adults. It's just a flat fee. And they have like almost every game you can think of. So they're going to have skee ball, Guitar Hero, a ton of pinball machines, air hockey, that basketball timed one. That's what this means.
Papa Shot.
Papa Shot. That's what it's called. And then they have all of their ciders on tap, which I love for me and Miss Amber because typically cider is gluten-free. They are open 7 days a week, and they are located on Riverside, where the Joe's Crab Shack used to be. And their patio like overlooks Lady Bird Lake.
Nice.
And you can tell it used to be Joe's Crab Shack. But they of course have the cider. Sodas, I think, were like $4, unlimited refills. I don't know how much the pizza costs, but they did have pizzas coming out of a pizza oven. We were looking at each other, just kind of wondering, like, what's the catch? Because in our family, so $10 a person, right? So $30 for our family of 3 to get in. If we took that to another arcade, that would be gone in 10 minutes. Like, it goes
absolutely
so fast. But we were there for hours and I think we had a ton of fun.
Yeah, I had a ton of fun. There was this one game that me and my dad absolutely love. We used to play it at home all the time. It's called NBA Jam. It's like since I know a lot about 90s basketball, I could just go on for hours and hours about it. And
yeah, that's true.
Somehow my dad beat me by 1 point. I don't know how, but he did.
Ooh, down to the buzzer is a devastating loss.
Wow.
Wyatt has also been frequenting the Dripping Springs Country Club now and again. And I don't know if we're going to get to have you on very often, but I think you should give on the spot. We didn't talk about this before. I think you should give a review of the Dripping Springs Country Club.
Okay, so it's kind of poking fun at Caddyshack, in my opinion and my dad's opinion. So y'all know that you've seen the bull in the school bus with absolutely no children in it, and there's a house that you get to hit it at if you can throw it far enough. They tore it all down. I guess the neighbors didn't like that very much. But anyways, you get to go in, and it's like $30 to $40 for a large bucket of like just golf balls, and you can borrow like a bunch of golf clubs, and you can like have your have your own tee holders. Like they provide one for you and just a putting green. Anyways, so what happens is you can either get the hit tracks or you can just stay down low. The hit tracks cost extra money, so we need to watch out for that. And another thing is that you can hit it like really far, and like you can track how far you've hit it. So like my dad, he always helps me go over my errors. So there's always good to have a caddy with you, just like helping you. So in my opinion, it's way more fun with two people than just being alone and doing it. Unless you're like super good at it, then it can be pretty fun. But there's also certain holes that you can try to get your golf ball into, but you can't go out and get it. That's the thing. Unless you like hit it very short, but you got to be sneaky with it.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sounds like it could be scary if you try to go get your own balls.
Yeah, because then you'll probably just get hit in the head.
Yeah, normally there's a guy with like a cage thing around him to protect him.
Yeah, there's also this machine, like car thing that comes and picks up all the golf balls.
That's the car thing with the cage around it.
Yeah. I just repeated her. What the heck? And anyways, I was trying to hit a golf ball towards it. My dad was like, "You couldn't do it," and I actually hit it. It was pretty easy though, because like they have a cage, so you won't hit their head or anything. But if it's coming through, that would be a really good practice and fun thing to do. That's just my opinion.
I love it.
So, is that where you're going to be most of the summer? Is there doing that?
I'll just probably be
at Cidercade and the country club.
Probably. I'll probably just be at my house playing video games.
Well, we've talked about that. We have another project this summer too. What did we decide?
We decided that I would get $20 for reading every chapter book. So the library, we check out a book. After I'm done reading it, it's a chapter book, so don't worry. I'm not scamming my mom. I would never do that. Love you, Mom.
Well, to be clear, Mom gets to pick out the books. Ooh. So this kid's about to get into some Grant Cardone, some personal development. Like we're making a little entrepreneur out of him, investing for kids.
Wow.
We're about to learn how to play the stock market. I'm really excited for it.
I am so excited to hear what you learned about Wyatt.
Well, thank you.
Stay tuned, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to say goodbye?
Bye, guys. I love y'all.
Aw, we do love Dripping Springs. Oh, he's getting so big. Oh my!
We love you too, Wyatt.
I just felt like the review of Cidercade was going to be too good. It needed to come from him. Really good value. Definitely worth the drive-in for sure.
Makes sense. More authentic coming from a kid that can say that they loved it and had a good time. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah. Makes sense.
So now that I've hogged half of our time together, how are you?
I'm good. I was excited when I got an email from Time and Dough that Bistro Nut is back.
Ooh, I like it. I like it.
Their menu is fire, as always. There's always something that even I can eat on their menu. So I was just looking at it. Appetizers, homegrown peach burrata. Don't know what a burrata is, but I feel like I want that.
You
What's
do. You do. It's
do.
Cheese, like kind of think of like mozzarella, like a ball of mozzarella, but in the inside, it's got like a creamy cheese in it. And then there's usually like I've seen peaches, spinach, pecans drizzled with like a really yummy balsamic. All that to say, yes, girl, you do want a burrata.
I can't eat that. I can't eat that, but it sounds delicious.
Yes, girl, I will eat a burrata for you.
You eat the burrata for me. I'll get the mini shrimp tacos because that sounds delicious. There's also going to be braised short ribs and braised salmon with fresh homemade peach chutney. There's a peach theme going on here, and I like it.
It's the season, right?
And then even fresh peach cobbler. So like peach, peach, peach. Just saying. There are other options other than these. I obviously am drawn to the peaches. I'm feeling peachy.
Have y'all seen the new Mario movie?
I have not.
Oh my gosh. So Jack Black is the voice of Bowser, and he plays this song. It's a love song to Peaches, or to Princess Peach.
Princess Peach.
Yeah. And you gotta like look it up on YouTube. Now that's all I'm singing in my head. If I'm being honest.
Love Jack Black. I'm sure I will love that. He's the best.
Agreed.
He's the best. He
Agreed.
does not care what anybody thinks. And I'm a huge fan.
And he never has. Yeah, same. So bistro nights, that kicks off tomorrow.
Yes, that kicks off tomorrow from 6 to 9, and they are recommending that you pre-order because I know I am very excited about it. I'm positive I'm not the only one, and it has happened that we didn't pre-order and they ran out of what we wanted. So do that, pre-order, and we'll attach a link, I'm sure, with the menu and how to order.
Absolutely. So, guys, if you want a recap of our show, we do a blog post every single week and we backlink all of the places that we're talking about. Of course, Atomic, we put out what's going on every weekend on Fridays so you can stay in the know. Speaking of, Vintage Market Days is going to be at Vista Brewing from 12 to 5 on Saturday. Which I like that. There's also, and I find this super interesting, at Jester King from noon to 4, the Deaf Artisan Market is going on. I've never been to one of their markets before, but I'm super curious about it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
Have you gotten tea from HTO to go?
I have not yet. Have you?
I'm drinking it right now.
Are you going to show it to us?
Well, sure. I mean, it just looks like my ice all melted because I went to the ribbon cutting this morning. This is a sweetened coconut with an unsweetened coconut tea blend. It's pretty delicious.
Oh, so it's like medium sweet.
Yeah, when I'm a tattle on myself. So when I first went to college, I spent a year in Dallas at university. And between Central Texas and Dallas, you can go one of two ways. You can go around on 281, or you can take I-35, and it's horrible. So I would go 281. There were 3 chicken expresses on the way, and I used to stop and get a sweet tea at every single Chicken Express. And now, as an elder, I cannot drink their sweet tea because it's too sweet. I have to like dumb it down. And I used to kind of chuckle at people when they're like unsweet tea. I'm like, what kind of Texan are you? Like I would think that. Sometimes I would say it. It just depends on if I knew them well or not. But I can't do it anymore. I had to throw it in. So I'm definitely a blend, or I love to do an Arnold Palmer like lemonade in my tea. That's kind of usually my go-to.
Yeah, I used to be sweeter the better. If it didn't come sweet, I wanted all the sugar. Like if there's that crunch at the bottom of my tea, like that was where it was at. And I can't do it anymore. Now I'm more on the level of like unsweetened. It's weird. It's weird how things change.
Yes, absolutely.
But I do like a flavored tea. I'm a fan of a flavored tea.
Like peach?
Yes, peach. Peach is good. Like today I'm drinking a Waterloo and it's tropical fruit. Have you had this one yet?
No. I'm particular about my bubble waters.
Ooh, what is your bubble water of choice?
Liquid Death.
Excuse me?
Yeah, you're right.
Is it flavored? Is it just
yeah? flavored and they have unflavored. Their lime is my favorite. And then I like their mango. But it was a brand, they started on Amazon. And what they wanted to do was introduce a water that would sell in bars, because bars don't really carry like bottled water or the Waterloo, like they just don't really carry them. So the packaging looks really edgy, and you would think like at a glance, like it looks like a beer. And it's become kind of a little pop culture thing. So you can find them in all the bars, and that's where they really took off. But a lot of their sales happen on Amazon as well. And I think there's a few calories, like Waterloo, I don't think has any calories. The Liquid Death has like 5 or 10. So I think they do add a touch of sweeten to it. Is it calorie free?
It says 0 calories, but I'm not counting calories. So I mean,
no.
With having
But if your bubble waters have calories to them, that means they're adding something.
Right. It's not just water anymore.
Yeah. So it is slightly sweetened, but it's delicious. But yeah, at a glance, it looks like a beer.
That's kind of neat especially for the people who aren't drinking, to have an alternative, something that they can still like blend in at the bar and not have anyone give them a hard time about not drinking.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just don't want to drink.
Fair. And maybe you want to drive people home in a safe way.
Be responsible.
Yeah.
I love it. So there's cool. Okay. I'm going to have to try this now.
Speaking of drinking, I've been hanging out on the Dripping with Taste Trail and loving every minute of it. Do you have the app? Have you started playing yet?
I have not started playing. I'm behind. I need to get going.
Well, let's catch up. So the Dripping with Taste Trail, they have their founding 50. They've added another category this year. So you have, of course, breweries, wineries, distilleries. And then there was another layer of restaurants added this year as well.
Because we love the food.
So I've been racking up my points at a few different places, and I'm hoping there's a couple of spots that they'll add too, because I'm starting to spend a lot of time at one in particular. So I'm like, I should gamify this.
Where in particular are you spending a lot of time at?
Fairlane.
Oh.
I know we talked about it last week, so I won't rehash all of that. But in the past week, they did add their playscape, and it looks to be pretty popular, that playscape, covered with children.
Fantastic. So another thing that I just heard about, keep an eye out starting tomorrow, because there's going to be lemonade stands popping up around town, and those lemonade stands are raising funds for Foster Village. So if you happen to see a lemonade stand, I don't know how long it's going. I assume it's going to be going through the weekend. But they are starting to pop up tomorrow. Lemonade stands, Foster Village. They're right off of Fitzhugh. Great cause, wonderful people over there. So if you're going to get your lemonade anyway, you might as well have it go to a good cause.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, that's fabulous. That is fabulous. Do you know of any like locations or anything?
I don't yet. But I have a friend who said she's going to be volunteering, and that's how I found out about it. And I have requested a list of locations. So as soon as I get that, I will pass it on.
Oh, goodness. That's awesome. That's really awesome. Do you, how long is it going to kick off for? Tell me something.
That's all I have so far. Starting tomorrow, there's going to be lemonade stands.
So I have a rumor, while we're giving incomplete information, that now's a good time to announce. So a few months ago, Fresh Native closed down, and it is reopening as a bookstore.
Yes. But I heard about this.
But I don't know when. And I asked, and they're like, well, we don't know yet, but it'll be soon. But like books have been delivered, so it's got to be like,
I heard next month. Whether or not that's accurate, I don't know, but I heard next month.
I heard next week.
Next week.
No, I didn't hear
That's
that. I
even
made that
faster.
up completely, manifesting it, putting it into the universe.
Now, we want bookstores now. Wyatt has books to read.
Yes,
this
he
summer.
does. Yes. We did not.
Maybe they'll have a little young entrepreneur section.
Oh, for sure.
That'd be cool.
For sure. With me as his mom, I already have like a list for him that I want him to read. I'm really
Oh, I can imagine.
He's a tough negotiator too. Like really tough negotiator. He's getting paid to read. In my day, I read for fun. I still read for fun.
I mean, if you want, you can pay me to read books. I love to read.
On that note, we have exhausted our time today. Weekly Drip Season 4, Episode 16. I am Ashley Tullis, your local home girl, and owner of Atomic Properties Group. This is Miss Amber Pierce, owner of Coit Cleaning and Restoration. She'll get your stuff real clean, real good. And would you like to say goodbye?
Yeah.
And thank you to Wyatt for co-hosting with us today.
Thanks,
Happy
Wyatt.
summer, everyone, and we'll see you next week at 2:00.
Bye, guys.
Bye. See you next week.